this video, I would like to talk about drawing the most beautiful color gold. Gold is a tricky color to draw as there is no real gold color pencil or paint that will leave you with the realistic result that you're searching for. In this video, I'm going to explain how to draw the gold color realistically. Have you ever been working on a fabulous project with everything going according to plan? That is, until you finish a beautiful earring, bracelet or necklace, which has turned into a dull and flat yellow or brown mess. It doesn't look like jewelry and it has destroyed your entire work. Don't worry, you're not the only one. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that will change that and make your gold come to life. So why is it so hard? Well, gold is a diva. She doesn't follow our color patterns and normal highlights and shadow patterns. If you look closely at gold objects, you can see it's made up of yellow, white, orange, brown and sometimes even black. Using the right shade of colors in the right place will create the gold effect. Which part of the gold object is yellow, white, orange, brown or black depends on the shape of the object and where the light hits that shape. A drawing of a gold object is made of three parts: a base, a highlight and a shadow. The base should consist of yellow and orange. Yellow should be a fruity light lemon yellow, not a heavy sunset yellow. Orange should be a brownish orange, not a reddish orange. Depending on the original color of gold, your base should be a little bit more yellow or a little bit more orange. Going up to the highlights, you should use more yellow, and going up to the shadows, you should use more orange. And these transitions have to be smooth. The highlights consist of light yellow with some very light orange touches, but far less than the base. A tiny bit of white might be added for creating a shine, but be careful because this diva only allows finesse. So just a little point or a thin line will already create that shine that you're looking for. The shadow consists of orange, brown and even black, and should be far more present than the highlights. On rounder objects, sometimes black is needed to create more depth or a 3D effect, to show the shape of the object quickly turning away from the light into a shadow. Drawing the highlights and shadows at the right place in the right amount is crucial for realistic gold drawing. Using the right color and placing the highlights and shadows correctly is very important in creating the true gold effect. This is different for every object, and even the same object seen from a slightly different angle might have a completely different lighting. Another key element in drawing gold realistically is looking at your object in the right way. Where is the base color? Where are the highlights and shadows? Where is the major transition? Do I see an additional shadow in the shadow? Or maybe is there a slightly darker area in the base color? In another video, I will talk more in depth on how to look at an object or picture you wish to draw, as it is far too detailed to explain in this video. Let's look at my drawing of this Patek Philippe watch to see how this works. First, let me show you how this diva plays with lightning. The gold doesn't follow the usual lightning patterns we would expect. If the light would come from above, you would expect the 12 o'clock area of the frame to be the lightest part, but here the golden frame has the highlights at 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock. The light did come from above, as we can see on the wristband's highlights. If you look at the frame or the hands, you can see the highlights consist of a yellow with a very tiny, subtle placement of white. These highlights are far less present than the bigger shadows. The frame didn't need black, but the hands did. Even on the squares, I had to use black again to make the pyramid shape stand out and rise from the flat drawing. If I hadn't used black in this way, those squares would have stayed flat. Now they are lifted and have created a 3D effect. Here the brown shadows had to be reinforced with the black. Where exactly to place your shadows or highlights really depends on your project. In some difficult golden project, light which hits the object might be redirected and shining on another part of the same object, making the lighting and shadowing a very difficult task. Look very closely to the object that you are drawing. If you find highlights or shadows in places you don't expect, well, don't worry, it's the gold being a diva. So next time you're drawing a gold object, just remember, use only yellow, white, orange, brown and black. The yellow should be a bright light lemon yellow instead of a sunset heavy yellow. Orange should be a brownish orange, not a reddish orange. Use whites with finesse. Shadows are allowed to be dramatic even using black. Orange and yellow make the base color. Forget about the usual shadow and highlight areas. Because remember, gold is a diva. I hope I've given you a bit more insight in drawing the color gold for your next golden bracelet, ring or necklace to stand out and come to life. If you would like to be the first to know more drawing and painting secrets which professionals will never tell you, please like and subscribe.